Hi guys, I hope you've had a good day today. I'm like super excited to talk to you guys in my first, I guess you could call this a vlog, my first vlog. I've been saving it up because I didn't know exactly what I wanted to talk about. I'm gonna be doing lots of stuff though. I'll show you guys like me doing stuff throughout the day. I'm gonna be adding so much to this channel. But just for starters, this is a video I've been wanting to do for a while now. Like I really had a desire deep in my heart to put a video out like this to help people with. I really want to help people who are struggling with depression. I have been an individual that has really suffered in my life with depression. I mean, I know the depths of despair, and I just wanted to talk to you about it because I am generally a very happy person now. I've done a lot of work on myself, especially over the past year. I've lost 65 pounds. I've done so much work on myself inside and out, and I've gotten to a place to where I have built strength in my mind and my body. So now I am generally a very happy person. That's just my default status. My default status is happy and bubbly. It's just become that way. And it is only because of the hard work I've put in and the conscious effort that I've put in to change my mind. So I want to just tell you guys like a little bit about me and like the stuff I've dealt with before. So I started feeling depression, I remember for the very first time ever, when I was like 16 years old. And I was experimenting with drugs with my friends. And we took this crazy drug they used to make for motion sickness. And all the teenagers knew if you overdosed on it that you could hallucinate. And so we took this drug and I got extremely high and I did not like it. It was scary. And that's the first time I've ever felt depression, because I remember sitting in the car with my friends and all of a sudden my heart dropped. My stomach dropped. Just a pit of despair opened up. I couldn't see anything positive anymore. It was like the world dropped out for me. It was insane. It was the worst thing I've ever experienced. And I really feel sorry for anyone who's ever felt like that. And I knew that I was on a drug, and so I couldn't stop it. And it was just scary. And I think luckily the severe episode probably only lasted about 5 minutes. And I just didn't say anything to anybody. I just suffered in silence, and then it lifted. But that was the first time that I ever felt like a real deep depression, total despair. And so anyway, I didn't really feel it again until later in my life. I've been a pretty good, happy person. I tended to be in my early life just kind of really pent up. I never stood up for myself very well. So I held everything in and then held resentments against people because I was too nervous to say anything to them. So I was just kind of like I was a happy person, but I was very pent up and I didn't express them very well. Well, anyway, when I was about 25, I went through a divorce. My first husband, we were married for 6 years. We had a divorce, it just wasn't right. And I moved back to Utah to be with my family. We had moved out of state. So I moved back home to be with my family, and it was like a crazy adjustment because I had been a wife and a mother in a whole other state for years, like 5-6 years. And then I went from that to being a single mom with a little kindergarten age child, like overnight. And it was crazy. And not only that, within 2 months of me separating and moving back home, I was living with my mom and my little sisters. I discovered that I was really sick. I started getting really ill, sick all the time, until we did tests and found out that I had Crohn's disease. So I got really sick with Crohn's disease, was going through a divorce, a young single mom at 25, and I started to feel a little bit of depression, but it was more like the blues, just kind of bummed. And I started to take my pain pills to manage that and became addicted. So I started a slippery slope with that. And for the next few years, it was just a bad addiction. And through that addiction, I started to feel depression. Anytime I went without the medication and was in withdrawals, my withdrawals were pits of despair. Like I felt like I had the flu, but it also was combined with absolute pits of despair. Just despair. I couldn't feel happy about anything. I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to brush my teeth. I couldn't. I just had no desire in me. And so that depression became a familiar thing to me. Anytime I didn't have my pills, I had that depression and I would do anything to get out of it. And I just remember it got so bad that it was just kind of sticking with me. I was just a depressed person. Right before I got myself better and got help, I remember just being in total pits of despair, thinking, I don't even think I'm a good person anymore. And when you're really depressed, any thought you have hurts. Like any thought you have hurts. It's all bad. Any thought you have gives you anxiety. Just having thoughts gives you anxiety. Thinking about anything gives you anxiety. Nothing you can think of makes you feel better at all. Depression is horrible. And hopelessness and all those feelings, it is horrible, guys. Horrible. And I know how it feels. I have been to the point of suicide several times, but I had somebody do that when I was younger, and so I knew how badly it affects those that are left behind. So I always told myself, anytime I was in the pits of despair that badly, I just knew I couldn't do that to my family. I would rather suffer the rest of my life than do that to my family. So that's the only reason I never did that. Thank God. But anyway, so a lot of my depression has come from drug abuse, and addiction. So artificially enhancing my brain with things. So when I mess around with my brain and take medications that I shouldn't and alter my dopamine and everything, it is just a recipe for disaster. It screws with my dopamine levels so much that I am just a mess. I can't feel good normally. I have to have pills to do it, and it's just bad. How I got off of the pills and like started feeling better was through going outside. Like lots of walks outside. I would just go for walks like every single day. Every day at some point I would go outside and feel the breeze. And I would go by myself. I didn't even listen to music. I just listened to the sounds of nature. I just walked anywhere. But I really loved like peaceful parks or any place that feels peaceful and like full of nature. You know, you hear the birds, you feel the breeze. All of that is all so healing. And that is what helped me so much in the beginning. I seriously, when I was struggling and I had nothing to give, so I would go out in nature every single day. I would go on a walk at least once a day. Sometimes I would go a couple times a day, or at least get outside, like whatever you can do. And I would just try to focus on nothing. I would just focus on the trees, how they looked swaying in the breeze, and how the breeze felt on my skin, and the sun, and the different sounds I heard. And you know, I would just focus on that instead of depression, and it really helped, guys. Like I'm not kidding. Outside is so healing, and this is something that I need to do now. I used to be very good at it, and for years I was always outside, you know, doing this. But lately I've noticed, especially being winter, I haven't been getting outside nearly as much as I used to, and I can tell it's affecting me. So as I'm giving you guys advice, I'm giving myself advice too. But I wanted to give you some very fresh advice because for the most part, I'm a very happy, upbeat person. I'm super happy. I love life. But I just had a bout with depression over the past couple weeks. It's about past 2 to 3 weeks. I've had a very serious bout with depression where I was actually bedridden for a couple of days. I couldn't do anything, and it was like really hard to feel that, you know? And the reason why is because I just started estrogen replacement therapy, and so I'm getting adjusted to the estrogen. And I started it a couple months ago, and I got pretty steady, and then my pharmacy closed on the weekends. I didn't know, and so I was late picking it up on Friday, and so I had to go 2 days without it, and that just messed everything up, and it threw me in like a spin. Like I felt like I was pregnant. I was nauseated. I felt really emotional, like I was going to cry at any second. I was a mess, guys, and I was really tired too. At the same time, I did get sick. I got like a cold that was going around, so I just didn't feel good, and that turned into, you know, pretty much bedridden from the nausea and everything. I just felt so sick to my stomach. I was just laying down, and that caused me to feel depressed again. And then I think the estrogen messing with my hormones and everything messed with my mood. And guys, I'm telling you, it was like 3 or 4 days straight that I had no happiness, no joy, no happiness. It was like, and they say low mood, that's what it was, low mood. Nothing gave me joy. Nothing gave me those, you know, throughout the day, you get little bits of happiness from things. Just, you know, putting something good in your mouth, like tasting something delicious. It just gives you some little burst of joy, or, you know, you get a package in the mail, or, oh, your favorite show's on, stuff like that. It gives you a little happiness. Nothing. I didn't get anything. Nothing registered. So it was just like the past few weeks that this was going on with me. Nothing was registering, and it was so depressing. And so I have had to really work through all these steps and all these tricks and things that I have found through the years that have helped me beat depression. So it's so fresh on my mind. I have been using these the past few weeks. Today, even still, it was a little tough today. Still, my moods are not back where they should be. I'm not feeling back to my normal self yet, but it's working. And like I'm pulling myself out of it and helping myself feel better. I know a lot of it is physical. It's the hormones. So it's not in my control, but I know a lot of it is in my control, and I've learned that through trial and error. So I wrote a bunch of things down that I wanted to share with you guys. So one thing that I want to let you know is this is all my advice. Like all of this is my advice. This is not anything that I know and I'm just sharing you this knowledge. This is just stuff that I've learned with myself that works. So I really hope it works with you guys. But anyway, I always have the thought of thoughts or seeds. Every single thought you have is like a seed in your mind. And if you can catch it, like, well, it's still a little seed and it just got planted, if you realize it's not good for you, you don't want it to grow into a plant, pull it right out. Pull it out. You know, there's certain thoughts, certain things that you don't want to think about, and you've become very good at not thinking about them. You know, bad things in life, you don't want to think about ucky things sometimes. So we get really good at shutting those off. Well, we need to shut that off to any negative thoughts about ourselves, about the world, just like any crappy thoughts that don't uplift us just need to be pulled out before they grow into plants. Do not let them grow into a plant and then into a weeds and then a garden. They will poison your garden, guys. So just get good at pulling out thoughts, like get good at it. The second you think something, think about if you really want that in your head or not. And realize that we are made of our thoughts, guys. If you can control your thoughts, you can control you and how you feel and what enters you and what becomes you. So really pay attention to the thoughts you have and focus only on self-love. You must find a way to love yourself if you ever want to be happy. I'm telling you, you must love yourself to be happy. To be truly happy, you must. You must find a way to love yourself. You must work through the things you need to work through to get there. Whatever is keeping you from truly respecting and loving yourself, you need to work through it because life is too short. You need to love yourself and it will help everything. Like the two best things in life, like that you can't buy, are confidence and respect. And if you have both of those things for yourself, it's amazing, guys. Another thing I recommend along these lines is positive self-talk. So only allow positive things to enter your mind about yourself. Only allow you to say things about yourself that are good and nice and kind. Don't think mean thoughts anymore. Don't look down and go, oh, my thigh's so fat. You know, because I do that stuff. I tend to do that stuff and it affects you so much. Just one of those thoughts can open the floodgates for more. Just one of those thoughts can be enough to just tip that balance with your dopamine. You know, maybe you were right here and it's just that little thought was enough to just tip it up so that you just started feeling crappy. You know, like just don't think bad things about yourself and don't say them at all. Another thing is you need to do whatever you can to feel good. And that means you need to get the things done that need done. You can't ignore them. You cannot use depression as an excuse anymore. You feel bad, so you don't want to do anything, right? And so it's like, how do you get anything done? But you need to get to a point where you realize, I feel bad no matter what. So I'm gonna just do what I need to do. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do and I'm going to get it done. I feel crappy no matter what I do. I'm just going to do the things that are right for me and that I need to do and that will be good for me. And just trust. You have to have faith. That's another thing about beating depression. You've got to have faith that it will get better. You've got to, because it will. It totally will. Of course it will, guys. Like, I'm telling you that depression is a habit. I fully believe that. Depression is a habit and happiness is a habit. Whatever you put your attention to is going to be strong in your life. If you focus on the negative things and the sad things and the things that make you depressed, you will be depressed. You've got to focus on all the good things. And you've got to be a person of action. You've got to make things happen. You've got to do things. You've got to get yourself up and brush your teeth. You've got to brush your hair. You've got to put on makeup today. You must get yourself looking nice. Do it. Do it. You've got to be a person that just does it. I know, like, you feel terrible. You don't want to do it, but I'm telling you, if you can just get over that hurdle of not wanting to do it and actually think to yourself, maybe I will do it. And feel that excitement. You're going to feel a little excitement. Maybe I am going to do it. No, maybe I will do it. Consider it. Let yourself consider getting that thing done or doing that thing you've been afraid of or putting off that's like stressful to you now because it's like such a cause of anxiety that you put this thing off for so long and, you know, it's just become such a big deal now. Just do it. Do it. Get it done. Take care of it. Call the bill collectors. Work out a payment plan with them. Don't dodge their calls anymore. Take control of your life. That is so important. Take the reins. Take control of your life. You do this stuff. If you're going to suffer, you might as well suffer and get things done that you need to get done, right? You might as well, if you're going to feel bad, you might as well go to the gym and work out while you feel bad. Because I guarantee you, you're going to feel better later. And so you need to start thinking of new ways of thinking about things and new synapses. You need to start creating new connections in your brain, new things that fire up, new ways to think about things, new ways to be. Think think of your brain, all those branches like a tree branching out, and just think of it when you're depressed. It's all a withered up tree in the wintertime. We need to get it blossoming and blooming and growing new branches everywhere so you can be super strong. If you just focus on any tiny little thing you can do, every time you're faced with something, if you can just conquer one tiny little thing each day, each tiny little thing is going to add up. If that's all you can do in one day is just to tackle the laundry, that's great. That's great. That's one less thing you have to worry about. So just start small and tackle what you can. And I promise you, the habit of it, you're going to start feeling good and you're going to start wanting to tackle more. So just start small and tell yourself you're going to do that one thing today, or call the bill collectors today, or clean your closet out today, or finally put your clothes away, whatever it is. Just do that one thing. And I promise you, then you're going to want to do all the other things too when you see how happy you feel later. So another thing is, everyone thinks that motivated people get things done, and like some people are just blessed with motivation and inspiration, and that's not true. The people that get things done, the doers, the people that beat depression and they get up and they're active and they take charge of their lives, they are doers, they are action oriented. Action creates energy. Action creates energy. You will create energy if you get up off your butt and you start doing that thing. But if you sit and you're like, gosh, I'm tired. No, I need another cup of coffee. I can't possibly do it right now. I'm not inspired. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. That's my big thing. I'm not in the mood. Not in the mood. That is my excuse for everything. I'm not in the mood. And I realized recently, who cares? It doesn't matter if you're in the mood, guys. When you do it, you get in the mood. That's the secret of everything. Like, you don't wait to be in the mood to do things. You don't wait to be inspired to do things. When you get that idea and you know in your heart, that little voice is telling you that's something you need to do it then. Do it then. Do not wait for later. Don't wait for the perfect opportunities. Oh, well, no, it would be better if it was involved this person and I still don't have them yet. Don't wait for that crap. You start on your life now. You do the things that you feel in your heart that you need to do and that the little voice is telling you to do. You do them now. You do them the best you can, and things will make sense later. It will all make sense later. You just do them now. The picture of your life is going to come together. If you just conquer each little thing that you can, it will come together and you will start feeling better. Bit by bit by bit, you will start to feel better the more you do, but you have to just be dedicated to action. You have to be dedicated to changing your life. You have to have had enough. You have to hit rock bottom. You have to decide this is the end. I'll do whatever it takes. You need to be there, and you need to be prepared to do whatever it takes to get better and to get over this depression and to actually be a person you respect. Be a person that you love. Be a person you feel confident with and that you trust. You want to trust yourself. And by making the right choices and doing the right things, getting things done, being an action-oriented person, accomplishing your goals, you are going to change your life. You're going to change your life. You will be a completely different person. I'm telling you, the person that I was a year ago is insanely different from now. I would, or even 5 years ago, I would not recognize her, but I was just living life. I was existing. I wasn't living life. I was existing. I was just existing and going through the motions. Nothing special, nothing over the top, nothing above average, nothing, it was just going through the motions. And now I'm a person, I want to live every day with excitement. Every day is exciting and nothing scares me. To get to a place where nothing scares you and nothing intimidates you, nothing gives you anxiety anymore. No task, no job, no person, nothing, because you are able to handle it and you are able to tackle it, and you can and you will have the strength. It might take a while. It might take a while of hard work, but the good thing is that every little progression you make is going to be so fun. Every little bit better you get is going to be amazing. Just 2% less depressed. Can you imagine? Just 2% less depressed is amazing. You don't even know. I'm telling you, if you do these things, you will get better. You will get happy, and you will be a different person. You will change your life. You will change your life. You will be a different person. And remember, commitment over comfort. It's all about you choose commitment first. Comfort comes second, because doing the things that we don't want to do that are good for us is uncomfortable. We don't want to do them. It's uncomfortable. We don't want to do it. It's hard work. We don't want to work out and sweat. It's hard. We don't want to do hard things. It's hard. We don't want to focus and concentrate on getting a presentation done. It's hard. We don't want to organize and get this report ready. It's hard. We don't want to do hard things. But you know what? Once you actually look at it and you cross that hurdle and you say, I'm not scared of anything. I'm not scared of hard things. I can do hard things. things. I'm gonna do hard things. Bring it on. It's gonna be so much better. Just say, bring it on. Let's do it. Let's do it, hard thing. I'm not scared of you anymore. Have that attitude. I don't care, hard thing. I don't care presentation I'm supposed to do that gives me so much anxiety. I'm gonna freaking do that presentation and I'm gonna rock it. And I don't care anymore. I'm going to do it my way and I'm going to do it my style and it's going to be great. And just change the way you think. Change the way you think about everything. While you're at it, while you're beating depression, let's just change you as a person. Change your whole self. Change your whole identity. Just change it all. It hasn't worked for you. Get rid of it. Be a new person. I'm telling you. I love the person I am now and I never want to look back. And I know you'll feel the same way if you do this too, I promise you. And the thing is, it's never easy. It's always going to be a struggle, but the more you do it, the more of a habit it becomes. Like making the right choices and, doing the right thing becomes such a habit that it's just second nature to you. It won't become such a hard struggle. It won't be so uncomfortable. It will be second nature. It will be who you are. It's going to require dedication and commitment. You've got to just commit. And remember, it's commitment over comfort. It's not going to be comfortable. It's not comfortable. It's not comfortable to face your fears. It's not comfortable to face whatever it is that's holding you back and really get over it and work with it and become a new person and work over your struggles and the things that have been holding you back. It's not comfortable. You know what? It is empowering. It's empowering to finally face your fears and open that closet and look in it and say, I'm not scared of you anymore. Let's just dig this closet out. Let's clean it out now. Clean it out. I'm done with this. I'm done holding all this in. Let's go. Let's go do this. I have to say, I always say this about the gym, but it's true with all of life. Every second in the gym equals 5 seconds of happiness later. Let's say every second of feeling uncomfortable in the gym or struggling will equal you 5 seconds of happiness later. It will compound. It will compound and deliver later. Every time that you're suffering and you're pushing yourself through, trying to work out, trying to get things done, and it's just uncomfortable, you don't want to do it, but you're doing it anyway. Anytime you think those feelings of, I don't want to do this, it would be so much easier if I just stayed home today, or so much easier if I just did it tomorrow, or whatever it is. Yeah, every time you think that, think, no, it's not. It will be harder later because it will become a bigger problem to deal with. You'll have less time to deal with it. Just do it now. And then it also, do you like the pain of depression? Which do you like more? Do you like the uncomfortable feeling of struggle and getting through your thing and struggling and getting through those obstacles? Or do you like depression? Which pain is better to you? The pain of working through things, which is actually pretty empowering and gives you excitement and adrenaline, or depression? The thing is, when you think about doing these things that you don't want to do that are good for you, thinking about it gives you anxiety. Doing it does not. When you're actually doing these things that you've been putting off, that gives you anxiety every time you think about it, I'm telling you, once you start doing them, the anxiety will disappear. No more anxiety because you're doing it. You're doing it. The anxiety will not have power over you anymore, because you're accomplishing it. It will be gone. And then just think, the uncomfortableness of actually having to do this thing, I don't want to do it, I just want to go do something else, that is nothing compared to the rewards you're going to get later, to all of the feelings of accomplishments you'll get later. Like I'm telling you, like when I struggle in the gym and I go work out and it's hard later throughout the day, do you know how many times, I should count, how many times a day I feel proud of myself or I feel happiness because I worked out. Every time I think, oh my gosh, like I feel good or I look good or these pants fit great or it's just something positive about yourself because you've been working out, like my quads are feeling great. Like throughout the day, like I worked out. Every time you were like, I went to the gym today. Yeah, I worked out. Like every time you make those good choices, they will exponentially keep coming back to you. You will keep getting good feelings about all of them and they will keep coming and coming and coming and coming. It's exponential. Like it's great. You just do the crappy things now, tackle them, get them done first, and then everything else is reward. You will just reap so many rewards if you tackle those things now. Get them done now. Do them now. And then reward yourself later. Oh my gosh, you're gonna have the best life, I'm telling you. You know, this is kind of off the topic of depression and more of like into motivation stuff, but it's all related. I'm telling you, it's all related. Like all this stuff about getting yourself together and turning into a new person and becoming a new person, which is what I'm gonna talk about a lot on this channel because that's what I've done. It's all related. It will help you get rid of depression. It will help you get out of depression. It'll help you say goodbye to it forever. I really truly believe that. I feel like the only time I will ever ever be depressed in my life is if chemicals have been introduced into my system, you know, like artificially. Because I feel like I've become so strong now that actual real depression won't have a hold on me. The only time I struggle is when, like with the estrogen, when I'm helpless. It's like something in my body, like an artificial thing in my body that's doing it, and I have no power over it. That like makes it worse to me anyway, because I know it's just like nothing I can do to feel better. I ramble a lot, but I hope a lot of this has made sense to you guys. I'm gonna be doing tons of vlogs talking about this so much, all this stuff. So, you know, I'll get into a lot more subjects and a lot more, you know, inspiration stuff, because I really just want to help you guys. Like, I really do. I want everyone to be happy. I want to share what I've learned, because I know I've learned a lot and I've changed as a person and grown a lot, and I'm pretty happy with who I am, and I would love to help other people get there. If I can help you in any way, if I can help you even feel like 2% better today, I will be so happy. If I've given you just one thing that you think is going to be useful to you, I'll be so happy. So the last thing that I want to tell you about fighting depression, the last little tool, and I've talked about it already, is exercise. Just start working out. You've got to start working out. I'm telling you, it will help everything. I mean, if you don't, you'll be fine, right? Like, you'll be fine. You can get yourself out of depression and do all this stuff without working out. But I'm telling you, if you start exercising, putting it into your life, becoming a person who exercises, it will transform you faster than anything else will. It will help you more than anything else will, especially weightlifting. And like cardio and weightlifting, I recommend. It's just so much feel good endorphins, so much good stuff for your body and your brain. Working out, if you're determined to change your life, I highly recommend just doing it all at once. Workout, exercise, start that too, because it makes it all easier. Like, it's easier to work on yourself when you're working on your physical self, and it's easier to feel better about yourself and to feel self-love when you like what you see in the mirror, and you're proud of yourself and you see results. Like, seeing the results of your hard work is insane. It's insane. I can't even tell you how amazing it is for me to see how my body's changed and like the feelings I have for my body now. I can't imagine going through this without having worked out too. Like, I'm happy about my mental state, but not my physical state. I just can't imagine. I just know, for me, and looking at it the way I am, I highly recommend it. I insist on it, actually. I insist that you start exercising regularly as works for you. Even 3 times a week is fine. Even 1 time a week is fine. Just regularly. So it's a schedule. If it's just once a week, make it the same time every week. Make it a ritual. Make it a schedule. Make it something you do that will never go away, you know? Just 1 day a week is fine. I'll just say 1 day a week is fine. Start with that, because you're gonna want to do more later down the road, I promise, when you get more fit. But anyway, I just highly recommend it. Just work out once a week. Start with once a week. Do that once a week for a half an hour. Boom. You'll start to see results. You will see results. It won't happen as fast, but it will. Absolutely will. That was a scatterbrain kind of approach to depression. I just had so much advice I just wanted to throw at you guys, and like a bunch of things that I've learned that I really, really, really want to share with you, and I really hope it helps you. I hope it does. If you're watching this video, if it's done anything for you, go ahead and leave me a comment. I would love to hear it. Or if you guys have any comments and suggestions and tips, I would love to hear them, because I need all the tips and help I can get too. Every time I think I know like so much, I always learn something else. Someone else tells me a really good tip or a really good thing. So I'd love to hear them too. I hope you guys can feel better. I really hope you can feel better. And I'm here for you. You can comment and talk to me anytime. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.